Why hello there, welcome back to my channel. It is of course Chelsea of She Designs Things. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the various layout types for hero sections that you can have while utilizing a Google site. So of course, if you'd like to know more about my really cool layouts, then stay tuned. Alright, so I actually had planned to make this video a very long time ago, but I just never got around to doing it. So I am making it now. Alright, so these are different hero sections that you can have within your Google site. I wanted to kind of go over some of them, not make the video too long, kind of show you what they look like. I won't go into detailed explanations. If you are someone who is a mentee of mine, or you are signed up for my Google Sites Academy, then this is something that you do know how to create already. And if you're not, well, there will be a link down below where you can sign up, okay? All right, so this is the first section here that I'm going to share with you. And I'm actually going to show you what it looks like when we're using that full screen new style that you have inside of Google Sites. But I wanted to show you in the old-fashioned, old, regular way of Google Sites first. So let's start with the way it looks in that regular way. I am using an HTML button throughout this site, but you do not have to use the HTML button if you are not interested. You can go ahead and switch those out and use the Google site buttons. It's just I prefer the cleaner look of this design. So in this particular hero section, it works best for someone who is a photographer or someone who has images that they want to share. You can switch this to have these images at the top, or if you want, you can switch it so that, you know, you have just these images going across here. You can make the design look like whatever you would like. But what I like about it is it gives this sort of optical illusion or effect. And you do see that this sort of section on one of my sites, which is my limited release site. So here it is. The similar style is located under my branding page. I'm using a GIF right here, and then this is an image that has a transparent background. Again, the title text, we have some normal text here. This is actually a button, an image here, and then a transparent image located here. The only difference is I am not using the images across the bottom, and I am using the standard Google site width for this particular design. Now, if you wanted to have that edge-to-edge design, obviously you're gonna have to switch it out and use the full site width that they have created for Google Sites now. Moving on, the next one here, we have this title text, which I am not using the title text here, but I'm using it in a different way. I just wanted to show you, again, another style or another layout. And then I will show you what it looks like on a mobile device. Let me show you what this one looks like on a mobile device too. So you'll have those two images stacked here, the text, right here in the center, the button, the two images cascading down, and then the images laid out in the grid section right underneath it. And so I really like this design. It is one of my favorites, and it's super easy to make. It's super easy to make. Once you understand that you do need to have empty squares here, you'll use the spacers to create this sort of effect. And you can switch them out. You don't have to have them both be stacking the way that I do. It's just I prefer this sort of zigzag shape or style, but it's totally your choice on what you want it to look like. The next section obviously is that one I just showed you before. We have the title text here. We have some normal text in the button and then the image. Now, when you're looking at it on a tablet, it does space it out accordingly. And then when you're looking at it, say, in a full screen, it looks pretty much similar or almost exactly the same. So very similar style, a nice simple header. If this is something you want to have where you just have that side-by-side text with an image. And to get something like this, you do need to create two sections inside of Google Sites. Remember, it is using, and if you are familiar with web design, Google Sites uses a flex box. If you're not familiar with web design, that is going to sound like nonsense to you. And in nonsense, I basically mean it has one set of grid lines that go directly across, meaning if you drag and drop something on it, everything shifts all the way up to the top of that section. That's it. So if you wanted something to be somewhere else on the section, like right underneath it, but maybe larger than the text box, you would have to create a new section because everything is appending to the item above it. So just keep that in mind whenever you are trying to create sort of that design. The next section is very similar. The only difference is we don't have a call to action button. So this sort of hero section is great for more of an informational style. And then the image is actually a little bit larger. I chose to put a larger image in this section, so I'll show you what it looks like. But everything is spaced out equally. And I think that's what I really like about it. It's just that equal amount of spacing in between the elements. And then when you're looking at it on a tablet, it just looks cleaner to me. The next section here is a little more complicated, so I'm going to show you what it looks like on, say, the desktop. We have the button, we have the title, we have the normal text, we have an image, and then we have over here, which you can kind of consider like 3 points. You know, they can be pain points, they can be selling points, they can be whatever you want them to be. It's just, this is a great way of introducing a product. If you have a product or a service or a good or anything like that, this particular hero section layout definitely works well if you want to have a page that's going to stand out and look very different from the typical regular F shape that we create whenever we're creating a web design. And that's to typically make everything shaped like the letter F, which is like you'll have the title and then like header and then little paragraph. So it's a letter F going down. That's pretty much what we create when we create those designs. On a tablet or mobile device, this is what it looks like. So you do get everything centered directly in the middle, which looks different on a mobile device, but I actually like that it looks different because, again, you're working with something that you want to stand out and you want to look different. And then the same for on a desktop, it kind of places this section in the center, puts the image here, and then aligns the 3 bulleted points along the side. And you can bullet them or make them not bulleted. I just decided to make them normal text in this situation. Going down, this section here, I do have the title text, and I have these images that are kind of off-centered from one another, and that is, of course, intentional to create this layout here. Now, on a phone, it looks pretty much exactly the same, just smaller. And then on a larger desktop, it is, where is it? Right about here. It is looking really cool, in my opinion. I really like the way this turned out here. I do go into more details about how it is created, obviously, if you are, of course, inside of my mentorship program, or you are in the Google Academy, which I need to release dates for. I've been saying I need to, but I definitely need to put the new dates out for later this summer season, which is coming up really soon for me. All right, the next section here, I'm going to show you what it looks like. Right about here. Here we go. We have that title text, image, text, button, and then an image. And then if you're looking at it, say, on a mobile device, it kind of gives it a really article feel to it. And I think that, for me, in my opinion, that's what I like about this design, is the ability to create something that looks way different than you would think about in a Google site. And once you start getting familiar with the layouts, forget about it. You can create pretty much anything. The sky's the limit. The sky's the limit. So the next one, we have these 2 images that are quite small, which is intentional. And then we have the title text here, normal text, and a button. When you're looking at it on a tablet, this is what it will look like. But on a desktop, it actually goes side by side. So I really like the way that this turned out. Same for this section here. You have that one product dead center, and then you'll have some key points. Maybe you want to put icons instead of images in here. It's whatever you want to have in these sections right here. And so I'm going to show what it looks like on a tablet, which you want to play around with the layout. And then I'll show you what it looks like when I do the full screen view, because that really makes a difference. So you see we have the two columns here, and this will be in its own column, third column. All right, now the next section down below is pretty simple, nothing too complicated. It's literally just an image and then some title text. And then of course, a little bit of about right underneath. So you can put some pain points. Whatever you want to have in these sections, keep it simple. You can make the image larger or smaller. This was designed with the full site width in mind, which is why it's going to look very different when I show you. Alright, so scrolling on down, we have this section here, which is again designed for the larger display. Let's scroll down just so you can see it. Which is why everything kind of stacks like this when you're looking at it on the tablet. But when you're looking at it on a mobile device, I really like the layout here where we have that title, and then we have the text here, and then we have the social icon, a call to action button, and then we have these two columns here. And you can have up to 4 columns if you lay out your grid in a specific way. All right, scrolling down towards the bottom, we have the larger image, which is wider here, the text, and then these 4 columns here. And this is exactly what it's going to look like on a tablet. So this one I have definitely played around with to see what it would look like on a larger display, and then also on the smaller one. So I am using my 32-inch display to share with you what these look like, just to give you an overall, feel for the design. This is obviously just the images laid across, which I'm going to show you what that looks like on the full screen, and same for this. Now, designs such as this section here are made specifically for the original layout, which is why I can't take a design that is made for this original Google site layout like this and just say, okay, looks great, now I'm gonna convert this to the full page width. When I do it, you're gonna see why that doesn't work. And then same for a section such as this, designed specifically for, and again, specifically for that particular layout. So that is the whole purpose of having these layouts. And then of course I have these little icons here. And yeah, this is, just so you know, it says that this is Jasmine Earl. This is not in Jasmine Earl. This is just where I decided to build the background for this, because I was like, make a copy and then I'm just gonna add these sections in there, but I digress. Y'all can't see it, you can't find it. But moving on, now I'm gonna show you what the full screen feature looks like in themes with these layouts. All right, so now I'm gonna show you what the sections look like when they are using the new full screen option. So what I like to do whenever I'm testing something like this is duplicate the theme that I have created and just set the width to full screen. So here I already have this, and if I want to, I'm going to duplicate it just to show you, duplicate, and then I'll go to spacing, and instead of default, I will set it to full. This will set it to that full screen option that we have. And now I do have the navigation to be set along the side, but if I wanted to, I can change it to be top navigation. So for this example, I am going to make it top navigation just so you can get an idea of what the full width will look like. So I'm going to change this once more, and then I'm going to rename it. So instead of this, edit, this is going to be 3, just to test. Cool. So now let's take a look at those sections in the full screen. This is massive. Just remember, I am using a very large 32-inch screen. So this type of section will look great if you have a photography site. If you're someone that displays images, this is definitely going to be the layout that I recommend for you. And this is what it looks like on a phone. Nothing changes. Literally nothing changes. It just looks, really massive when you're looking at it on the desktop display. Same for here. Image gets larger. Same for here. The image is larger, kind of fills in this area, and then the text goes across quite nicely. Over here, this is where I have kind of that larger section. I said it looks better when you're looking at it in this form or layout. And then let's see, scroll down just so you can see it. Still puts that text along the side, which I think is amazing. And then desktop view of this one. Now, if we had more text here, I think it would look great, but I liked it in the other. This is one of those sections that just, in my opinion, work best if you're gonna keep using that narrow original design. And same for this section here, which, I mean, isn't that bad when you look at it like here on a phone. It's very unique when you're looking at it like on a tablet, I should say. All right, down here, same thing. Spreads it apart, and then scrolling down, same style. Same for our image in the middle, nice and large. Image here, and the section right here. This section, I really do like the way that it looks on this full screen option versus the regular smaller display. I don't know, I just think it looks better. That's just my personal opinion. And I like the way it's stacked, so this is a better layout in my opinion. And then we have just the image grid and those squares by themselves. And then this is what I was talking about, how the text looks so small compared to the images, so you would have to play with the images. Instead of making them so large, they would all have to kind of shift up, or you would need to add more text or make the text larger. It's your choice. And then this section here, I like it, but I don't love it. So on a tablet, let's see what it looks like on a tablet. On a tablet, this is what we're working with. We go to the About Me. I like the split layout up in here. It looks really good. On a phone, it's still pretty much exactly the same. So I do like the split layout. It's just, I don't know. I'm very particular. Yeah, I'm just pretty particular. Yeah, I would make it look a little different. All right, but still, this very top one is definitely my favorite one. Favorite hero layout for a Google site, especially if you want something that's going to kind of stand out and look a little bit different. And again, if you're interested in learning more about creating different layouts and different designs, I do have my Google Sites Academy and my mentorship program, which you can find on my website, shedesignsthings.com. So just head on over to my website and it says for designers, and you'll see the drop down. I have GSites Academy and the mentorship. So GSites Academy, I am going to be launching dates pretty soon here for the month of July. So just keep that in mind. When the program starts, you do get a private Google chat community. I decided to go with Google Chat. I also do a Discord community that I am working to build out and look the way that I want to. And then of course, mock templates that you can use in your shop. You'll get my office hours. We'll have some live trainings where you guys can get feedback from me and I can show you how to do specific things. So this will be more like a boot camp setting. That's the whole reason of the GSites Academy, is like a boot camp style. And then you'll have 6 months access to the program community and all of the videos, because everything we do, the live trainings will be recorded. If you kind of, miss out, you want to go back, learn something else, all of those things will be done in there. And you will receive a signature Google Site template. Yes, a signature Google Site template and 2 design briefs from me in order for you to practice. That's right, 2 design briefs and my O for font's sake signature edition, which is an edition that is not available for free, because remember, O for font's sake is something that you can get for free, but I do have a fully loaded version coming up soon. This is the card version that I am working on. Yes. Thank you so much. I'm so excited for this. And then of course, if you want to do the mentorship program, I have mentorship options available here. A lot of people go with the first option. Just keep in mind, I do take around 3 to 4. I'm usually good at responding. It says 3 to 4 days, but I mean, if I see your message, I'm not gonna just see your message and be like, "Well, it's 3 to 4 days." No. If I see your message, I'm definitely gonna respond to you. If I'm not doing anything else or I'm not busy, just understand that the expectation is 3 to 4 days for a response from me. And then you will also get your own Google Classroom that you can work with me in, and it's more like a coaching program. So yeah, and I am working on one for small business owners, not just designers, so keep that in mind. All right. I know it was a lot of information that went into this video. Oh, also there's going to be a link down below if you would like to ask a question anonymously. Feel free to do that. And also, don't forget to check out my shop, which you can check out the template shop right here by clicking on the template shop. Here you can find all of the templates that I have on sale right now, which will be the mini sites, premium designs that I have on sale, which are usually $250. They are $195 right now for premium designs, and general sites are also on sale. If you are a teacher, Hello Teacher 1 and 2 are on sale for $45. The Public Notary is the only Google site that I have that also includes a logo so that you can have your own logo. It is the only Google site that I have that includes a logo for free. All right. Thanks again so much for watching. And of course, see ya.